The woman was horrified while browsing online. She found a strange girl on her husband's social media account, and the girl's status was still single. The woman instantly felt uneasy, even though they didn't seem to cross any lines. Their eye contact didn't lie. To confirm her suspicions, she dressed herself up and sprayed on the perfume her husband used to love. When her husband came home from work, Daisy acted especially warm and friendly. She leaned her body in toward him, but to her surprise, her husband showed no interest. He even made an excuse to walk away. Daisy felt humiliated right away, but once they were both asleep, her husband's phone got a text in the middle of the night. Even though Jeff quickly shut off the phone, Daisy still heard the sound. She demanded Jeff hand over his phone, but Jeff felt like he wasn't being trusted. No matter how he explained, Daisy just refused to believe him. After all, what kind of normal relationship texts at midnight? Just as Daisy tried to grab the phone, Jeff reacted in time and snatched it back, seeing she was about to take it. The next morning, Daisy pretended nothing happened and offered to fix the phone for him to try and win Jeff back, but Jeff said he'd rather get a new phone since the old one was outdated. Daisy had no choice but to leave, and her seemingly innocent husband wasn't as innocent as he looked. You could tell something from the way they looked at each other at work. Not long after, Daisy contacted the phone company, claiming the phone had issues, trying to find some clues, but without her husband's ID. They told her they couldn't share the records. She then quietly showed up at her husband's company party. Even though there were lots of people there, Daisy still instantly spotted the woman. She saw them being intimate with her own eyes, but forced herself to stay calm. When the party officially began, the two strangely headed upstairs. Daisy felt something was wrong. She quickly followed them, but found everything upstairs dead silent. Her sixth sense told her nothing good was going on here. She took off her shoes and silently crept toward their room, but when she saw what was behind the door, Daisy was in total shock. The scene was unbearable to watch. Still, Daisy chose to remain silent. When she got home, she couldn't stop crying, but there was no way she'd let them off the hook. The next day she met Jeff again at the construction site. He thought he could keep hiding it and stay in this relationship with the girl, but Jeff didn't expect the woman to bring up marriage. She demanded Jeff come clean to his wife. She didn't want to sneak around anymore. The next day, Jeff approached his wife, but before Jeff could say a word, Daisy asked him first.
You seeing someone?
That's not the point. This is about us. I can't see myself in this.
You're not seeing anyone.
No.
Facing her lying husband, Daisy directly exposed what he'd done, and threatened him that if he dared to continue, she would expose the company's illegal practices. If Daisy really did that, Jeff would be arrested, and the girl would leave him too. He never thought his wife would go this far, but what happened next scared him even more, and shocked everyone around them. Jeff went to see a close friend. The friend advised him to talk to Daisy's best friend. Maybe she could help change Daisy's mind, so Jeff reached out to the best friend. He said the marriage was falling apart, and hoped she could talk to Daisy, but the friend said she wouldn't leave so easily, because years ago, Daisy's boyfriend had also betrayed her, and that boyfriend had fallen off a cliff and died. The friend believed Daisy had something to do with it, but it was just a feeling. There was no proof. Jeff then went to the cliff where the accident happened. If he could find some clues here, he could free himself from Daisy. He questioned the girl the ex-boyfriend had betrayed Daisy with. Turns out back then they were on a picnic, and the boyfriend snuck off with her. They did some bad things, but she didn't know if anyone saw them. Not long after she heard the boyfriend scream. By the time she found him, it was already too late. Jeff wanted to know if Daisy was the killer, but there was no solid evidence. What he didn't expect was that Daisy was already behind him, staring at him with cold eyes. But she didn't do anything. She just silently followed him all the way. When she saw Jeff meet the girl's parents, Daisy couldn't hold back her rage anymore. After they got home, she told him to break up with the girl, otherwise she'd report him for sure this time. But when Jeff called the girl, he didn't know what to say, so he just stayed silent. He felt awful for the girl. Before Jeff could get a few words out, Daisy angrily kicked him out. Fear of his life falling apart drove Jeff to take a dark path. He parked the car on the route Daisy jogged every day. When he saw Daisy at the intersection, Jeff hit the gas and sped straight at her. After confirming she wasn't breathing, he drove away relieved. Then, to create an alibi, he pretended to be working late at the office, and made sure the cleaning lady saw him. Then he went home with peace of mind, took a shower to wash away his guilt, then poured himself a glass of champagne to celebrate what he thought was a perfect ending. But suddenly he heard his wife's voice. Jeff's face went pale. Seeing his wife alive in front of him, he started shaking uncontrollably. He couldn't even speak when he heard her say she had changed her jogging route. In that moment, Jeff realized he had hit the wrong person, but Daisy didn't know what he had done. His reaction made her think he wanted to make up. The next day when they were heading out, Daisy even gave Jeff the car, but when she went to work like usual, she found the familiar road blocked by agents. A bystander told her the truth. Turns out a woman was hit during a night jog. Daisy thought it was just an accident, but when she went to get the car washed, she found her membership card was empty. Daisy angrily asked the cashier to check. Then she heard the cashier say, "Someone used up all the money last night." Daisy asked for the security footage, and when she played it back, she saw Jeff on camera, sneaking around suspiciously. Daisy instantly figured it out. Her husband had meant to hit her, but luckily their son happened to pass by, and that gave Daisy the chance to escape. Jeff was in a panic. He was scared the truth would come out, but what he didn't expect was that Daisy invited him to a restaurant. This made Jeff feel uneasy. When he met Daisy, she used his secrets as leverage. She not only wanted him back, she also wanted him to get rid of the girl, because her existence was a problem. Jeff didn't respond at first. Then Daisy revealed her own secret. Back then, when she found out her boyfriend betrayed her, she waited for his guard to drop, walked up behind him, and pushed him off the cliff. Then she ran back to class, picked up her violin and started playing, so the patrolling teacher would be her alibi. Daisy shared this old story with Jeff, because she couldn't let him go. As long as he came back, they'd both hold secrets over each other, and they could stay together forever. Faced with his crazy wife, Jeff raised his hands and agreed, and promised to get rid of the girl, to give him an alibi. They checked into a hotel. Then Jeff climbed out the window, and snuck over to the girl's house. The girl was angry Jeff had ignored her, and didn't want to open the door, but Jeff forced his way in, pretending to be a thief. But when he heard her crying and screaming, after spending so much time with her, Jeff's heart softened. Meanwhile, Daisy saw the butler coming with a cart. She pretended to get a tip, and slipped into the shower. She played a pre-recorded clip of Jeff's voice, so the butler would think Jeff was still in the room. The butler became the key witness, but Daisy forgot one thing: Jeff never actually did it. As Jeff was about to wash up, he saw the hatred in Daisy's eyes, and realized she had killed the girl herself. Jeff had no choice but to accept it. Not long after, the police got a report from a neighbor, saying the girl was missing. There weren't any big clues in the room, but the agent found Jeff's connection to the girl. When the agent came to question them, Daisy said clearly that Jeff and the girl had broken up, and she claimed they were in a hotel at the time. With no proof, the agent had to let it go. They searched the area for days, but found nothing. In the end, the girl was ruled missing. A few days later, the town held a bonfire event. Jeff and his friend rowed a boat to light the fire in the middle of the lake. Seeing the agent searching on the shore, Jeff's hands were shaking too hard to light the match. Luckily, the last match caught fire, and a massive bonfire lit up. But a police dog kept barking at the fire. The chief was a little suspicious, but couldn't find anything. Seeing the happy crowd gathered around, he walked away without a word. But no one noticed. Beneath the huge bonfire was the girl's body, and with the fire fading away, the truth sank forever into the lake. Not long after, Daisy moved to a new place, and the movie came to an end.